back. It's the Talkies.
Revived.
Talkies Revival.
back.
I thought you said we're live.
We're back.
Live.
We're not live.
Yeah.
We're back.
What?
Talkies.
We used to do this show called the Talkies, and now it's back. Boom.
And now
That's
it's
it?
back. Yeah.
Simple as that.
Simple as that.
Where are we?
I don't think we need to say anything else.
What is it? Yeah, where am I?
Karman Line Studios.
This is Karman Studios?
This is the real
This
place.
is the real
Wow.
place.
HQ?
Yeah.
And today we're talking about at Astra.
At Astra.
At Astra.
Did you pronounce that
this guy?
correctly?
At Astra.
That thing right there.
I'm just really excited to be doing this again because it was so much fun, and I don't even remember why we stopped.
Yeah. We
stopped because it sucks.
because it's a
we
bad
hated
show.
it?
Yeah, because this is terrible. I've been dreading this moment.
Yeah, I hate this.
Well, that's fair, actually. That is fair. So we went to see Ad Astra,
Ad
starring
Astra.
Brad Pitt,
Ad Astra.
directed by Bob Gray or something.
Yeah.
Bob Gray. James Gray.
Isn't that the name of Pennywise the clown? Isn't his name Robert
name's-
Gray?
I don't know.
That's his...
James Gray is this guy
All right, James Gray directed.
who directed a lot of things that we don't know of.
Yep.
Yeah.
Co-starred Tommy Lee Jones.
Co-star is a bit of a strong word.
Okay. How about this? Co-starring Liv Tyler.
There you go.
Ooh, that's even a
Who
strong.
had no lines.
There is no co-star.
Wait, she didn't have any speaking
Jeez,
lines.
if we're going to have a movie where Brad Pitt and Liv Tyler are a couple, and we don't get to see those two at least making out, I am very disappointed. I mean, it's like two of the most beautiful
Okay.
people in the world.
We're gonna go forward and saying spoilers. I think we're just gonna.
It's
edit
always
spoiler
spoilers.
Tag, yeah, in here.
It's just always is.
Yep. Talkies. We spoil
We spoil
just
everything.
Spoiling stuff here up in here.
I know I've seen this trailer play a lot on
Yeah.
mute on Facebook.
And it looked cool to me.
And it looked cool. Yeah, I never actually watched the trailer though. But I didn't like the movie.
I didn't like it either.
Not very much. I mean, there were some really cool parts though.
It's funny, looking back at it, I feel like it started off at its most interesting,
Yeah.
and each set piece gradually got less and less interesting, culminating with an ending that was rather dull and
Yeah.
non-climactic.
That's how I would
Like the
explain it.
whole we work on a giant space antenna that you can fall off of and survive was kind of cool. I'm like, well, this is neat. But then we left that behind really quick. Never came back to the giant space antenna.
Yeah.
And then we had like Pirates on the Moon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I could watch this movie for 2 hours.
We had legit space pirates here.
Mm-hmm.
And that was actually pretty neat.
But then we left the moon.
And then we
And
left
moved on
the
to something more boring. And Mars was okay. But then we left Mars.
just
So
get
it's like, why do you
progressively
keep-
more boring.
Yeah, it just keeps leaving the interesting stuff behind.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, this was a weird movie for me. I didn't really like it that much. I didn't really hate it either. Like, there's a lot that I did like about it. I was never super bored by it.
Me, yeah.
But,
wasn't
well,
super-
actually,
I
no.
don't know. I was pretty bored.
I can't really say that, actually, because I did fall asleep through some of it.
I saw you asleep. I went, whoa.
Yeah, I like twitched awake at one point.
And I was like really wondering. I'm like, I wonder how Taylor's enjoying this because I never quite know. And it seemed like a movie you might have really liked.
I wonder how Taylor's. Oh.
And I looked over. and I'm like, whoa, he's asleep.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It was pretty dull.
I like the idea and concept. Like, I like the idea of this estranged father-son story and having it take place in space and all that.
And
Like, that's cool.
And it's like that's like the first movie where I've seen a somewhat believable journey across the entire solar system.
Yeah.
Like that was pretty neat.
Yeah. But, like, ultimately, it didn't really feel like it led up to anything meaningful. And it came across as a little bit pretentious.
And it happens to have a Latin name.
And it has a Latin
which
name.
is
yeah.
a trope for pretentious movies.
Yeah. Which we directly made fun of for
With E pluribus unum.
our movie E pluribus unum.
Yeah.
So, like,
What
I
can you
felt
say?
like I feel like writing is the biggest problem with this movie.
Yeah.
The story was just so basic, and the
A little tedious.
and the character development was thin to non-existent.
Brad Pitt was used so weirdly in this movie.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's a great character actor.
Yes.
And in that essence, he does good, like, interesting roles. Like, who's the dude in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yep,
that he
the
played.
stuntman.
Yeah, the stuntman.
Yeah.
So like that's just an interesting dude, or Ocean's 11 guy, just interesting dude.
And he fits into those roles because of his charisma.
Right.
And this was a role that was anti-charisma.
Yeah, this was what we call a Ryan Gosling role.
It should have been Ryan Gosling. It totally should have. But then it would look even more like
Boring.
Blade Runner.
Oh, and Blade Runner. 1 second. Hi, wife.
Oh, well.
Hi, I'm recording Talkies right now.
Brad Pitt. We're talking about Brad Pitt. Charisma.
Pitt. Charisma.
He usually plays charismatic characters.
And this one's more of a deep, kind of a
Very
stone-faced character.
Yeah, very introspective.
Yeah, introspective.
Very,
Reserved.
Very reserved.
it's funny. It had a lot of overtones of a noir detective film.
That's what you said. I didn't get that from it.
Well, what I mean is that it's very deliberately paced, which
Yeah.
is a nice way of saying slow. And it has the narrator, which is a very tropey noir detective film. It had a mystery that they were trying to solve at the same time.
Yeah.
And it was very melancholy.
It was really melancholy.
Which are
yeah.
all noir detective tropes.
This reminded me so much of High Life in that respect.
High Life was honestly so much worse.
No, it is
I
definitely
kind of
worse,
want to
yeah.
be like, hey, that's not fair.
I just mean because
so
High Life was super melancholy, and I felt like it was
Yeah.
using space as a metaphor. I feel like, and I felt like this movie was doing the same thing.
But in that way, I felt High Life actually was a little deeper. Because I don't think
it
this was
yeah.
metaphor.
I don't think so either.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
it
like
wasn't. This
No.
was straight like trying to do a genuine attempt at what future civilization would look like with
Right.
future human space.
and it
and I
had-
feel like
had
a
many
pretty
themes,
good
too.
vision
Well,
for
yeah.
a future. Like,
Well, yeah, I mean,
this is
like
good
we had
aesthetic
the
vision, yeah.
the rockets landing like SpaceX does,
yeah.
you know,
yeah.
and on Mars, you know.
the giant space antenna was really, really cool.
Yeah.
The civilization had been built on the moon, the outpost on Mars. Like, that all made, like, near future sense to
Yeah.
me.
Right.
That all could have been real. Like,
Right.
I totally dug that. But the story laid on top of that was as basic as an episode of Dora the Explorer. It was, because in
Yeah,
Dora,
very
she has to get to some magic castle or something, and then the map tells her, well, to get to the magic castle, you got to go to the magic forest and then cross the laughing stream,
Right.
and then you get to the magic castle. And that's exactly what this movie was.
It had, but I mean, you could describe the tone as melancholy, and so I feel like they were trying to add a theme on top of that basic story, and they just completely
I don't
didn't
know what was.
nail it.
Like, they had thematic elements. Like, there were
Yeah.
some interesting things, like how the moon had basically become all the same problems as
see.
Earth,
That's what I mean. Yeah,
right?
because
With
he's
the subway there and
right.
all that.
So he's talking about in his narration, which I feel like the narration was weird. In his narration, he's talking about the same problems exist in space as they did on Earth, as if that's going to be the theme. Keep going. But then there's this sad boy theme of him being the daddy problems
Yeah,
guy,
the left behind.
the daddy issues guy.
Yeah, and dealing with his emotions.
Yeah, and he's not even dealing with them.
Yeah,
is the thing.
The idea of he's suppressing them.
He's suppressing them,
Right.
and he never has. He has a confrontation later on,
Yeah.
but it's a sad boy confrontation. It's a hey dad, you're exactly what I've always thought about you in my mind. You don't love me. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, no closure.
No closure,
didn't
no
make any
nothing.
sense. And
Battery's running low on my PC. I like the father-son stuff.
but there was not
If they went
enough
anywhere
there
with
for
it?
it to work.
If they did anything with it,
If they did,
if they
I feel
did
like it was,
anything,
I feel like there was a lot there. I feel like there was a lot there in his performance, but I think a lot of it was left to inference.
well, yeah, I think this is where I think that James Gray as a director is not a very good director, because if you're if you're leaving things to inference is great. Like the what is that movie? I think that PTA did that we saw some time ago. That was about a PTSD.
Phantom Thread.
No, PTSD.
Oh no, that's you're thinking of You Were Never Really Here.
Yes. Who was
Not
that by?
PTA. She directed a movie called There's something wrong with Kevin or something like that.
So the movie You Were Never Really Here
Yeah.
was very thematic, had a heavy theme in it of PTSD and about suppression and all that kind of stuff, and depression.
Right, it was focused.
Very focused.
Yeah.
And so what you could do is that if you have
Lynn Ramsey.
Yep.
that's the one.
Lynn Ramsey.
When you have a deep theme like that, you're able to read into characters because you have context set up.
Yeah.
But when you have messy themes like in Ad Astra, where you have, there's what's the word of, I'm looking for capitalism. When there's, anti-capitalist and daddy issues both at the same time, it's hard to read into what Brad is emoting about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was kind of unfocused. I did find myself thinking through most of the movie, almost all the way up till like the last 30 minutes, I kept thinking I wonder what this movie is about.
Yeah.
I wonder what this movie's gonna get into.
Right.
Yeah,
well,
it just
I kept thinking
felt
that too.
like it could have logically concluded anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just anywhere.
Yeah.
Like if he got to his dad's ship out near Neptune and discovered it was overrun by octopus aliens,
Right.
it wouldn't have been like, what the hell? It would have been
Yeah,
like,
like,
okay.
Well, they had one of those moments in here.
Might have
They
been a little
did,
bit,
yeah, with those monkeys
Yeah.
or whatever.
that was the best
Primates.
part of the movie.
That was the most insane part.
Yeah,
of
it was insane. I was like, whoa, this is crazy.
yeah.
And then
like,
just
here we
left
go.
it
This
behind.
movie's going to be amazing.
Anyway,
They didn't
move on.
Yeah. Anyway, look at
Sorry
this.
for that distraction that did nothing for the story.
Look at this.
at
Space
all.
monkeys. Space monkeys.
Yeah, it didn't.
Eating guys'
It
faces.
had nothing to do with the progression of the story at all.
Yeah, I gotta say that my favorite part of this movie was one shot when the father and the son are in each other's arms in space, spinning around, and he's trying to save his dad.
Yeah.
And he's like, let me go.
Yeah, I thought that shot alone, I was like, okay, that shot, like, the whole movie exists to make this moment. Like, the whole movie exists to make this, like, father-son reconciliation in space when they're spinning around, and it's
Right.
really operatic and intense.
Sure.
But they, like, stumbled a lot, and it was unfocused.
But
and,
the
that
whole-
could have been a really amazing
They could have
moment.
cut out the entire Moon and Mars sequences, and that shot would have been the same.
Yes, exactly.
That's-
And that's the problem with
Right.
this movie.
Exactly.
How about him launching himself through the ring of Neptune with his shield?
with the shield?
I was thinking, wouldn't he slow down
He did.
after enough? He did.
He did. Yeah. There was a point where
Okay.
he stopped, and then he had to use his
Perfectly.
boosters.
Right next to
Yeah,
his...
but at just the right time, I
And-
feel like it would have slowed down sooner.
I
Like
don't know,
like their rings they're pretty dang big.
and they're huge, right?
Yeah.
They're huge
Dang
rings.
like
wild.
miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like when he got.
That's
don't know.
always a thing with sci-fi movies, though.
I was the heavy theme in this movie with the whole like we have again this daddy issues guy. I kept thinking that he was going to see visions at some point, right? I was like when he got into to the ship to set the nuke on the ship, and his dad called him from up there on the second floor, which was also strange because the dad wasn't wearing a spacesuit and Brad was with his helmet on.
Yeah.
So that's what clued me in. I was like, oh, this is a vision because he just takes off his helmet after that and doesn't die. But I guess because
There was atmosphere.
He just
that was
didn't-
atmosphere. It
Didn't
just
take the time to immediately.
just doesn't
He was
matter.
Just hanging out.
Yeah. But if that had been a vision, it still would have worked as a plot. And so I think that's what also can show how messy it is, just because of how. There's no. It doesn't,
If you read it
doesn't
a
matter.
completely different way, it doesn't change anything.
Exactly. Exactly.
That is interesting. Can we talk about how weird it is? Well, I guess to the point of the point of this movie not mattering, we have Brad Pitt literally commandeer and hijack an entire spaceship, killing everybody on board.
Yeah.
And then he
With
goes
seemingly no consequences.
in the end, for no consequences, and to go and achieve the exact same thing that those people would have achieved.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And-
who may have achieved it better.
Who probably would have done it better, yeah.
Yeah. The end really bothered me.
I think the parallel, they were really trying to hit home that he's his dad,
Yes, that is
know.
exactly what they were trying to do.
but
It didn't work.
it didn't work.
It just didn't work.
It just did not work.
Well,
yeah.
the thing, like, to me, I'm like, okay, this could work because, so this is all for selfish motivations. He's like, it's my dad, I have to be the one.
Right.
And because of those selfish motivations, people die.
Yeah.
Right? So, where's the redeeming grace? Well, he can sacrifice himself to save humanity, which is why I was certain it was going that.
Yeah, that's what I thought
Because
he was
how on
gonna
earth
do.
are you going to get back?
Right
Yeah.
from Neptune.
Like, it
right.
just seemed impossible that
Yeah.
he'd get back. So I'm like, okay, he's going to sacrifice himself, die with his dad. He gets his closure with his daddy, saves humanity, and he pays the consequences for his actions.
Yeah.
Would have all made sense.
Right.
But then he gets home in as improbable fashion as Sandra Bullock did
In Gravity.
in Gravity.
Yeah.
Like, absurd. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just like, dude, I can't even go there. Like, no.
I guess
I'm going to ride home on the wave of a nuke.
I kept
guess
wondering, I was like,
Surfing the nuke.
that's what I kept wondering. Like, it's like a Kingdom of the Crystal Skull thing again, where it's like, why is it propelling the rocket instead of
melting.
incinerating the rocket?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of future tech in here, right?
Okay.
They have a lot of advancement in the tech, and
Sure.
they don't say. I don't think they ever say explicitly what year it is, but
Near
it's
future,
It's
that's what
yeah,
they say.
near future. is what
In
they
the
say.
Blade Runner.
Holy
opening.
crap! Yeah, dude, Blade Runner. So that was really strange to me. That the opening sequence,
It
the
did
opening
look-
titles.
yeah.
It was they had the same. So it was red.
Yeah.
They had line by line,
In the corner and stuff.
and then they even faded away to the one word.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Blade Runner did.
That's why
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling couldn't be in this movie.
Yeah, it was like, I already did this. He's
That
like, I
was so
already
strange.
They asked Brad Pitt, can you be a Ryan Gosling?
Oh, dude.
That's what was happening.
This movie should have been directed by Denis Villeneuve.
Yo, that would have been dope.
Except it would have been a different movie.
It would have been a
Yeah,
different.
it would have been a good
He
movie.
would have rewritten
Whatever the
script.
different movie is, it would have been good.
So I had gotten like Lovecraft vibes in the beginning, and I was
too.
Dude,
Yeah.
I love the title reveal.
yeah
Just in the beginning. The
The
lens
tower part?
flare pan.
Yeah.
That was cool.
yeah.
was
So that one I got. What was cool about that was this whole sequence when he's on the space antenna and then he falls and then they get intel from his dad, right, saying that his dad is somehow causing this whole big gamma ray burst and something's happening. We need to go find him and we
Yeah.
need to kill him, basically.
And he was there looking for extraterrestrial life.
Right.
So
And I'm like, okay, dude, he saw something
yeah,
then.
he like opened
Yeah.
a portal.
he
or
he did something crazy. And no.
No, it's just a toaster malfunction.
Yeah. He was like, oh, yeah, I'm trying to fix that.
Right. Yeah, Brad gets all the way over there and he's like, oh, yeah, I've been trying to fix that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this big gamma ray burst that's going to tear apart the solar system. I'm just trying to fix it.
And I hate you.
By the way, I hate you.
By the way, I did it all for me, and I do not love you. Now I'm going to jump into Neptune.
That was like Walter White's, like, end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
That
it was.
Did it
Yeah.
for me.
That's funny.
Man, I really didn't like Brad's arc at all. There was
There
no
was no
arc.
arc. He didn't go anywhere.
Yeah. That was so
Yeah,
strange.
He just
Didn't really-
succeeded and got back and was like, well, now I can pay attention
Yeah.
to my girl.
He was
Yeah.
sad the whole time and then
The
came back.
finishing arc was in the narration where he just declares that I will love now,
I will now love.
and I will now be open.
If this movie had zero narration, I think it would have worked maybe a lot better
In a interpretive way.
in an interpretive way. Yeah. It would have been a little bit more artsy,
Yeah.
but I think it would have really deserved better.
Yeah.
It did deserve better.
Though there is a lot of cool in the movie, and I did think to myself while watching it that I was like, this is what I expected High Life to be.
Yeah.
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 But it's
High
still-
Life was strange.
High Life was very strange.
This was what was interesting. we mentioned this before we turned on the cameras. This was one of those movies. It's a weird category. I don't know how to define it, where it gets worse the more time you have from watching it.
Yeah,
Like
that happens
I
a
walked
lot
out
with
saying,
us, I think.
I
that was
like the
cool.
movie.
Yeah.
But it has problems too. By the time we sat down, I'm just like, I don't like this movie.
Yeah.
I've gotten more negative also, more negative vibes. There was some imagery I really liked, like I can't remember, like the spinning with the one that you talked about.
Yeah.
The dad.
I
and
loved
him.
all the moon stuff.
The moon stuff was great.
The moon stuff was cool.
I love the high rise.
Oh man,
antenna.
the space pirates were awesome.
That
That
was so good.
sweet.
I
That
was like,
really
I want to see a
cool.
whole movie about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
moon politics movie.
Yeah,
was
I love it.
really
They're like, oh yeah, there's
awesome.
no borders here on the moon.
Yeah, so there's kind
be
of wars
careful.
and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, there's people here mining. You know, and
Like,
technically
that's-
it's a war zone.
Yeah, like that's fascinating.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Like that was the best world building of the whole movie, and
Yeah.
then they just left it behind.
Like,
It was
anyway.
literally a pit stop on the way, and it didn't matter.
That's funny. The term pit stop. I feel like this whole movie is a pit stop.
It is.
A Brad Pitt
Yeah.
stop.
A Brad-
Oh,
Oh yeah. So yeah.
huh?
One thumb down.
One thumb down.
With a fart.
Yeah, that
a fart.
happens frequently with the talkies.
Yeah, when we watched Sorry to Bother You.
Yeah.
Like Taylor and I, we watched it separate, but when Taylor
Right,
and I
right.
walked out of the theater, we were all like, "Oh,
Oh,
damn,
yeah,
man,
man,
that was so
cool.
neat, pretty cool movie." I didn't actually like it.
Yeah. Like I distinctly remember like outside of the theater door, we're like, yeah. And then as soon as we exited the theater itself, we're like, I don't know. Maybe it did have some problems.
By the time we got to the talkies, we're
Like,
like,
yeah, it wasn't very
"Not
good.
that good."
Yeah.
For me, I was like a joy to watch each of the scenes. I wonder when the plot's gonna kick in.
Yeah.
When's the,
Yeah,
That's what this movie
neat.
was.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
Oh, it's over.
it's over.
That's it? That is what Ad Astra
Why
was.
what was this for?
Yeah, Ad Astra
yeah.
left me with
Yeah,
that
and
existential question.
Ultimately, it's like, why was this movie made?
Yeah.
It's still unanswered in my head. I don't know what they
I keep trying to go into like the director's head
Yeah.
and like benefit of the doubt and stuff and try and piece it together.
It's
And
nice. That's big of you.
I really
You're a big
I-
man, Taylor.
I think this movie is it's supposed to be a father. It's supposed to be a character piece where this guy is really
boy.
really dealing with his suppressed feelings and is a reclusive person and has shut everyone off and exploring that
Yeah.
character in relation to his father and finding all that stuff, but it doesn't work.
No,
Doesn't work.
they made it sound like that his like super stable and low heart rate was like a superpower.
They did.
They did, yeah.
They're like, you're able to keep a low heart rate. And he's like, yes, sir.
You're like,
And
you
I'm
were
like,
falling
wow,
off the
that's
tower.
cool. He's like a super soldier.
Right.
And then later, like, oh, they're trying to suggest that he's like emotionally stunted.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
fine, okay.
Like he doesn't have enough love capability.
Yeah, and then it's when he talks directly to his dad
Yeah.
in the tight beam message.
Yeah.
That they're like, his heart is beating fast.
Yeah. It's very strange.
He has emotions.
It's very strange to see such a charismatic actor like Brad Pitt
Play a guy that just goes,
do the guy, yeah, that is very like emotionally stunted. It's very strange, and I think it's because of the actor's context. I think is what it is. You know,
Yeah.
It's like people who see Dave Bautista as a wrestler first and an actor second.
Right.
It's like we see Brad Pitt as a character actor first or a charismatic actor first.
yeah. But I felt like this was like a paint by the numbers casting movie.
Yeah.
Where I don't know why. Like, I mean, I don't know what James Gray, maybe because it looked like his brother's in the production company or something like that. But it was like, there's no reason that had to be Brad Pitt at all.
Not at all. Oh, so the bad casting director then.
There's absolutely no reason that Donald Sutherland's role even needed to be a part of the movie.
He didn't even need to be in
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Like, his role was completely
No, it was a plot.
Pointless.
It was a plot device thing because he had to give him the chip that
sure.
that told
yeah,
him
he was a mailbox.
the intel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt's a producer on this.
film. Yeah.
And it's his production company.
Hope he's proud.
So that's why it's Brad Pitt.
Okay, that makes sense. But in like Liv Tyler, like completely wasted talent.
You know,
Yeah,
dude,
she could have been extra.
actually, that makes a lot of sense. If Brad Pitt was the one who thought, "Hey, I want to play this character,"
I think that is what it is.
in this movie, that makes a lot of sense because there's not a whole lot of heart behind the direction.
You see, I've read some articles.
What?
You what now?
I've read
Homework?
Yes,
What
I've
now?
read a couple articles about Brad Pitt lately.
Research.
Be-
I'm a nerd.
What
because
what a film geek.
Taylor's a nerd.
over the years, Brad Pitt has become more selective of his roles, and he talked about how he specifically wanted to play. He did Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and this movie specifically because they were characters that he was interested in playing.
Yeah.
And he also talked about how, and then that made me realize that I couldn't actually remember the last time I saw Brad Pitt in a movie from before Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Right. That's interesting.
Yeah. So, and in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, he does play a little bit more of a reserved, more charismatic, definitely, but
Yeah.
more reserved and
A different character than he usually does play. Yeah.
yeah. There's also a buzz about Oscar contenders with this one and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for actor.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm not even interested in doing that. I'm not even gonna submit my roles to the Oscars.
Whoa.
Because it's not even about that for me.
He's alpha.
Yeah.
That guy's amazing.
He said that.
I want to have that man's babies.
Me too.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't really?
Actually, I want to see him and Liv Tyler make babies.
Strange.
Those will be the most beautiful children to ever
Liv
walk
Tyler's
here.
not that.
You're insane. Liv Tyler is
She's
gorgeous.
not that much of a male. I was gonna say she's female.
Huh?
I said she's not that much of a male.
Oh, you don't...
That's true.
Is that a problem?
No, it's just her last name is Tyler. So
That's a last
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
name. Is it?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
That's a last name. That is true. That's a first name, last name.
What's happening?
I don't know.
yeah. So then we're saying that the movie was primarily made so that Brad could.
Because he wanted to.
Well, because he wanted a different role.
Yeah.
But it's not made for the vision.
Purpose of telling a story
No,
yeah,
and
right,
having
no.
a vision, and that's why it's weak.
Well,
Right,
yeah,
right.
the director is weak. Yeah.
The director's week. Yeah.
The writing's weak.
And the
writing's weak.
Yeah.
Oof.
Great production, though.
Beautiful production.
Production
this
value
had,
is high.
This had some.
Freaking gorgeous production.
This had some VFX shots that I have zero clue how they were done.
Yep.
Like
The monkey.
like the monkey.
I know how they did that. I know how they did that.
No, like the
Fishing line.
like the helmets. Every single helmet shot. Like, okay, there was one where they were all looking down this I don't know what hole it was. It was when they were going into the ship, I think.
Sure.
So there was 3 astronauts with all the reflective
Yeah.
helmets looking down at what I assume is a fake thing, a fake ship.
Right.
And so you can see the real-time reflection.
And looking down at a camera.
And at the
a
camera.
crew.
It's so
Yeah,
crazy.
which means the entire shield is being
So
animated.
right, so if it's like it has to be tracked and it has to be replaced, but not only that, but like in real time reflections, like that's craziness.
That's crazy.
But those clouds at the end,
What?
the clouds at the end,
Like really bad.
they didn't look too good.
What clouds?
The clouds at the end.
The monkeys didn't look too good either.
The monkeys didn't look
Even though
good.
they're not monkeys, whatever. And
Baboons.
The
Baboon.
primates.
I don't know, primates.
The
Space primates.
when
apparently cannibal too.
when Brad Pitt returns from Neptune and he descends into the
He
atmosphere.
got back in like 2 minutes.
Pretty quick.
That was amazing.
There might have been a
they
time
went some
cut there.
late season Game of Thrones there.
yeah.
His
he
beard was a little
teleported.
fuller though.
It was.
a little
it was.
fuller.
a little fuller.
It was like
Yeah.
a little bit.
Not 80 days
Yeah.
fuller. The
Well,
clouds.
the nuclear
clouds
explosion that pushes it's probably much faster.
probably
Much
got
faster.
some radiation.
much faster.
When that blew up, by the way, I was like, I didn't realize he set like an atom bomb.
Well, they
I
said it
didn't
was an
realize
atom.
that.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
They said it was a nuke.
Okay.
Oh, and I thought the sky stuff here,
I love that.
it looks cool. Like I could tell when they started cutting to skydiving footage,
Oh.
and when it was like
Right.
like I could see them blending that, and that bothered
You
me.
could see, you could see
Yeah.
the seams.
Yeah, I was like, okay, now this guy's just skydiving
Right.
with an action camera.
This could have been a really good short.
Maybe.
I feel like if it was like just crazy cut down,
So okay,
something really, really tight.
if it was just
30-minute long.
if it was just the conversation that Brad and Tommy Lee Jones had,
Yes.
dude,
Yeah.
that would have been a great short.
Yeah, like just set up like the exposition, go to Neptune and then have it all be there,
Yeah,
that, with his father.
yeah,
That'd
scene
that'd
was
be great.
awesome. That was a great.
And honestly, you didn't need any of the development of
You
their
didn't.
backstory.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because they gave us almost nothing anyway.
exactly.
That's funny.
I hate a good
In fact, that would have been a crazy short if it was just them at the ship and then they left and then they had the whole ending that they did
Yeah.
up until the ship blew up. That would have been an amazing short.
I wonder if you could just cut that.
you could. I'm
just
gonna cut
actually-
that. I'm
yeah,
gonna
let's
edit
do
it.
it.
I'm gonna do
Make
it.
a fan
Let's
edit.
do it.
That's like an anti-fan edit
Yeah. Hey, I made the movie good.
by cutting out 90% of it.
That's like what people do to like the Hobbit movies,
Yeah.
And Star Wars.
Pirates of the
Yeah.
Caribbean.
Star Wars episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. Hobbit movies.
Misa no care.
This movie sucked. I make reference to Star Wars Episode 1 and get to make a movie and claim another movie sucks.
Is it pizza time?
It's pizza time, not boycott time.
Pizza time? What kind of pizza is this movie?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. Pizza's on. Smell that? Pizza's ready.
Okay, this is the picture of the pizza on the box.
Okay.
Okay, but it's not in the box. It's on an ad. Okay, so you see an ad like a billboard. You see a billboard for this kind of pizza, and you're just like, that looks pretty interesting. I've always wondered what kind of flavor that has. And so you go to try to find it, and you find out, oh, it's actually a frozen pizza. It's not like from anywhere special.
Yeah.
And then you buy the frozen pizza and realize, oh, shit, it's actually way tinier than I thought. And so you get it, and then you put it in a toaster oven because that's where it fits.
Yeah.
You cook it, and you're like, I mean, I guess it's pizza, but the sauce is gross and
Yeah.
it's kind of crunchy.
Yeah.
Hey, this sounds very familiar.
Yep.
Sounds almost autobiographical.
No,
Autobiographical?
Yeah.
Like that's his life?
Yeah.
I've never had pizza.
You just compared your
I've never
life
had pizza
to a pizza. That's
in my
sad.
life. He's grabbing.
His autobiography.
He's grabbing what I was.
Where's Taylor?
Well,
Taylor?
This isn't a void anymore.
What's going
so-
on?
That's Ad Astra. That's Ad Astra right there.
Give that man Ad Astra.
Here. This is Ad Astra. There you go. That's gonna be a clip on Instagram. This is Ad Astra
I like it.
For me,
for you.
Ad Astra is
The for me paradox.
is a pizza that like you get at a theme park, and so you're like, this is awesome. I'm gonna love this. You start eating it, and you think it's good. Then you keep
overpriced too.
It's overpriced, and you think it's good, but the cheese is like rubbery.
Oof.
It's just kind of rubbery.
Oof.
Yeah, and it's just not that good. And you eat it, and you're like, it just wasn't worth it.
You thought it was gonna be better.
I thought it was gonna be better. Yeah, it just wasn't that good. It's just the rubbery cheese.
Sometimes you just gotta have that.
You gotta have
Sometimes you
rubber
just gotta
cheese.
have it. It's just part of the experience.
No,
Sometimes you just gotta.
no.
You're better off not.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have got a funnel cake.
Yes.
A
yeah.
funnel cake. Funnel
is
cake one, yeah.
always good.
And then get pizza after
love
the
funnel
theme park.
cake. Do I have to?
No.
I'm going to anyway. This was Domino's pizza, 2 days old,
I could see that.
not refrigerated.
Yeah.
just
Not-
sat out.
oh god.
Yeah.
Just sat out on the counter, and
That's
like you
not
walked
very
up and you're
good.
like, "It was good a couple days ago." Nope, it's not good. It's actually not good. I shouldn't have done it. In fact, I'm gonna puke.
Ew.
Neat.
That sucks.
You heard it here, folks.
They did.
What they hear?
What we just said.
All of it?
You heard that here.
Ad Astra is a somewhat disappointing pizza.
It was a totally disappointing movie.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's not a pizza.
Oh, we're talking about Joker next week.
Next is the Joker.
We're watching Joker.
Smash the pizza button.